Hey guys, this is Miss White. I am going to give you a brief lesson on how to use Canvas in our sixth grade math class. So, we're going to log into Clever just like you did in elementary school. You can go to the district page on Clever, or you can go to your math teacher's page and it will show Canvas here. Canvas is this little red app. They also have an app for your phone. It's called Canvas for Parents and Canvas for Students. So it would be very beneficial to put this on your phone, and then you don't have to have a computer to actually access it. So let's say we're going to go to Canvas. It's going to log us in. It's going to show you from the teacher point of view. So there's some things that you as a student will not see, but I don't want to show you from the student point of view because some of it's not been published yet. So here we go. We're at the home page. When you look at the home page, you're going to see my Bitmoji. And if you're my student, you will see Miss Cheatham's Bitmoji if you're hers, and Mr. Duke's if you are his. But I will tell you, ours is pretty much all the same. All right. So over on the left-hand side here, we have our school resources. So we have our counselor corner. So if you need to talk to the counselor, you can click on that and it will take you straight to her. You can click here and I'll show you. It's going to take us to our Neshoba Central website. So you can get information from there. This right here will take us to our Neshoba Central Facebook page. The things on the right side bulletin board here, if we click on Remind Parents, this is probably going to be most beneficial to you. If you click on Remind, it takes you straight to my Remind. You log in through Google, or you can sign up another way. So here, this is my favorite thing that we have been working on. So we have a YouTube page at the middle school. We have been working really, really hard on that this summer. So if I click on this, it's going to take us straight to our YouTube page, our sixth grade math page, where it's got all these different lessons, and we still have some coming. We'll have study guides on here. We have all kinds of stuff we have planned that's coming to our YouTube page. All right, so that kind of gives you an idea of how this works. So let's go to our announcements. All right, so on announcements, we're going to click this welcome button. And here's our picture of our digital classroom. Obviously, our classroom does not look like this, but we're just going to pretend. All right, so when we go to our slide 2, all of these things right here are clickable, and they will take you to different sites. So on this one, on the I Love Math page, this is going to give us 17 reasons to love math. So if you are bored and you need some reading material, there you go. Then we also have, if you click on the map, it's going to take you to understanding the world through math. Now, this right here over here is fun because if you want to know why cactuses don't need a lot of water, you can click on that and it's going to take you to that answer. This in the middle is the most important thing, in my opinion, on this page for sixth grade math. If you click on this, it's going to take you to sixth grade math standards. So all of our sixth grade math standards are here. If you know that your test coming up is on RP2 and you want to review some unit rate problems, you will click on unit rate and it will take you to some problems that you can work here. Okay, so that's a really good resource to use when it's time to study for our test. So now let's take a second and look at modules. Now modules are like us preparing for a unit test, a big test. All right, so let's look at a module for a second. So this is everything that we have right now for module NS 1 through 4. This will be your first test on NS 1 through 4. So on August the 5th, when you click on August the 5th, it's going to show you our virtual classroom. Now, I will tell you, Mr. Duke, Miss Cheatham, and myself all work together to make sure that your classroom looks identical to ours. The only thing that may be different is your Bitmoji and a few little details in the classroom. So the way this works is we're going to click on bell ringer. And the first few bell ringers are going to be a little different. So here's your bell ringer. All right, so she can get rather annoying, so we're not going to listen to her very long. But we have two bell ringers on this day just to kind of give you a head start on what we're going to be doing. Now, these bell ringers will be embedded into what we call Ed Puzzles, and we'll talk about that on another session. But those Edpuzzles will be graded. So these first ones are just kind of getting us in a routine of a bell ringer. You will do these on your Chromebook as you come in the classroom. You will log into Canvas and click on these, and it will take you straight to your bell ringer that day. Our whole group instruction, if I click on 5.1, it's going to take us to our first set of word problems that we're going to be looking at. So there's a lot of things that you can do if you are at home sick with the flu, strep, or whatever. If you're out with tag on Wednesdays, you can always access these and not be behind when you come back on these teacher-led doodle sheets. So the doodle sheets, the first few, have the answers on here to help us get started. They will not always have the answers, so don't get in the habit of looking for that. So then we have vocabulary. So when I click on vocabulary, it takes me straight to the vocabulary page. And this day, it's not very specific just because we're just kind of getting the hang of how this works. So remember, this is August the 5th. This is our first day of school. So let's take a second look at August the 6th. August the 6th, we will start working on dividing fractions. So this is how our classroom will look that day. We will have a bell ringer, which again is clickable. It will take you to the bell ringer. We have reciprocals, practice, and then word problems. So all of those will take us where we need to go there. Then we have our teacher-led doodle sheets, centers in chronological order. That is super important because they have to go in order. They are ranked to make sure that they get done when they're supposed to get done. All right, so in most of the time, and not this case, but most of the time, center 4 and 5 will be games of some sort. This little green circle right here is an online calculator. So if you don't have a personal calculator and you don't want to borrow one of mine, there's you an online calculator there. All right, over here, if you are confused, if we see that we are confused on dividing fractions, we're going to hit this help button, and it's going to take us back to multiplying fractions and how to make mixed numbers into improper and that kind of stuff. So it kind of takes us back a little bit so that we can understand the other concepts first. Then if you look right here, we have this little rocket. That means there's a quiz there. So we have a quiz. I don't want to preview it just because it would go ahead and show what the questions look like, but there is a quiz there. Then if we looked on August the 10th, that's going to give us, or let's look at the 11th, that's going to be day 2 of GCF and LCM. So on day 2 of GCF LCM, I need to go back and re-embed our bell ringer there. I can tell that's wrong, but we can fix that easy. All right, so then we have our how to use GCF and LCM. Our doodle sheets, vocabulary on center 1, our ready center 2. Obviously, I need to go back and fix those as well. We have number 3, Kahoot, and number 4 will be Prodigy. So this is how it's going to look. You're going to click on it, and it's going to take you straight to the problems we're going to start working. So that's how that looks. Now, I will say it may be easier for you to look at the calendar version. On the calendar version, let me go to August so you can see that. On the calendar version, you can kind of see we're doing, and you can click on it from there as well. We're doing, obviously, the 5th assignment on the 5th and so forth. We have a study guide that is not being recorded yet, but it will be recorded shortly for a review. It will be a YouTube link for you to be able to review for your test. And then we will have our test, our first test on the 13th and the 14th. And yes, it's moving fast. However, the first few lessons are super easy to understand. So anyways, I hope this has helped you understand how to maneuver through Canvas. Also, I will tell you this last bit of information. Your grade book on here I forgot to show you that. Hold on, let me get there. All right, so your grades on here will mirror what is in SAM. So there's your grade book. As you can tell, there's no grades in there because we don't have students in here yet. But the grades will be visible through Canvas and through SAMS. So I hope this has helped. I hope you have a great day.